Hello, I'm Neil Quigley and welcome to my podcast. During Prime Minister's questions this week, Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn clashed over jobs and money. He wants her job and she would love to have his money. The Prime Minister joked that Geoffrey Boycott still had a Tupperware tub of hers after she brought a cake to a previous Test Match special programme. I'm surprised that after his experience with them that he'd want to eat anything that had been in a plastic box. Politicians and their guests drank less wine at Westminster during the last 3 months, while the rest of the country drank much more to help us deal with the decisions that they're making in there. The snap general election cost £140 million. If they had just put that money up as a lottery prize and sold tickets for £5 each, we would not be in the mess we are now, and they would have probably made money in the deal, or at the very least broken even. Tony Blair is wading into the Brexit debate with his views on immigration, although his previous role was Middle East peace envoy, and unless I've missed something, the things he implemented during that job have not achieved the goals of his employment title. What have Frank de Boer and David Davis got in common? Neither of them have won any points in their most recent jobs. Leave campaigner Sir James Dyson has said he expects the UK to leave the EU with no trade deals, which he is very disappointed by, as he was hoping to clean up. I wonder if some of those new £10 notes will be worth more than their value, like some of the fivers were. How a current unit of money can be worth more than it actually is still a mystery to me, like how Boris Johnson still keeps getting high-profile government jobs. The new £10 note featuring the novelist Jane Austen has been released into circulation. Let us hope it brings some sense and sensibility to the country. Unemployment levels have fallen again in the United Kingdom as the economy is so bad more and more people are being forced into getting jobs. Either that or everybody has spent all their PPI money and need to get earning again. Surprise this week as the first test of President Macron's leadership comes as some French workers strike, which I think must be their default setting in any disagreement. He missed it all though, as he flew off to assess the damage in the Caribbean, just narrowly missing the air traffic controllers going on strike. So to be a female judge on the Great British Bake Off, your surname must sound like the part of a fruit bush. So far we've had Mary Berry and Prue Leaf. I'm guessing Zola Budd will be lined up for it next. Mo Farah has won the Great North Run for the 4th year in a row, although technically I'm pretty sure he was actually overtaken and beaten by the Red Arrows when they did their fly past over the race. I always thought the Mobot was just Mo Farah's signature celebration, but now I'm thinking it could be that the runner was actually created in a lab by Elon Musk, and that is what the machine name is. Police in Essex were too busy to investigate a robbery of some garden furniture as they had no one available to look into it. The leader of Birmingham City Council has resigned following criticism of his handling of industrial action by refuse workers. To be fair, I think he took it too personally when people kept saying, "What a load of rubbish." Almost 36,000 teachers left their jobs in 2016. If they're not interested in continuing with education, what hope can we have that the children will? The new iPhone X will cost £999. Who wants to spend that much on something that Scream will probably smash into pieces at the first opportunity? Unless that screen is made out of bulletproof glass, then I might be interested. A 29-year-old writer who works part-time at a bookshop in York has been shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize for her debut novel. This sounds like the plot to a future Yellow Pages advert. Well, it would be if they weren't stopping to print it next year. With no Yellow Pages to rip up, how are people going to prove how strong they are now? A 250-metre long fatberg weighing 130 tonnes has been found blocking a sewer. The solid mass of congealed fat, wet wipes, nappies, oil and condoms formed in the Victorian-era tunnel in London. Is it just me, or does that also sound like a description of Boris Johnson? It apparently needs to be cleared using high-powered hoses. I wonder if Boris could lend them his water cannon to try and help get rid of it. Spandau Ballet are looking for a new singer. That much is true. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next week. Cheers.